Hello everybody, this is Dr. Cole. It's Wednesday morning, January 6th, and welcome to Political Science 1013 for the spring 2021 term. Let me say just a few words about how the course will work. There are 8 units to the course. There will be 4 exams, and each exam will cover 2 units. For each unit, there is a set of class notes. Students need to be aware of the class notes because the class notes are the heart of the course. This is what takes the place of what I would do in a conventional classroom if this were not an online course. There's a set of notes for each unit in the form of a PowerPoint presentation that has been converted into a Microsoft Word file and a PDF. So the notes will be up there in 3 formats in the content area of the course website for each unit. Okay, so students need to be aware of that. We need to be reading through the class notes for every unit and the accompanying textbook assignment, which is on the syllabus. And you'll find the syllabus under Course Home on the course website. I'm going to be getting that up this morning. Grades are figured on the basis of 500 points. There will be 4 100-point exams. Furthermore, there will be 8 quizzes. There will be 2 quizzes before each exam. 20 points each. The best 5 out of 8 will be counted. So that is like an exam grade, all those quizzes taken together. You may also write a term paper. And the term paper may take the place of any grade except the final exam. Everyone needs to take the final exam. You do not have to write a term paper. If you do, it can take the place of a lower grade from earlier in the course before the final exam. And I will be getting a list of term paper topics out to you around midterm. Okay. So, 4 exams and a set of quizzes. The term paper can take the place of one of those grades, so your grade is figured on the basis of 500 points, 90, 80, 70, 60, 450 for A, 400 is the minimum for a B, and so on. You may also earn an attendance bonus if you log into the course website often enough, 20 times over the course of the term. And this is all laid out on the syllabus, which is going to be uploaded onto the course website and also will be attached to an email to you. Okay, so that's the course requirements in a nutshell. Coming up next week, we'll have our first quiz. We will take the quiz on Wednesday the 13th, a week from today, and we will have our first online chat the night before for 45 minutes beginning at 7 o'clock. In the content area of the course website, you'll see a link to online chat, and that is what you will click to enter the chat room. 7 o'clock Tuesday evening the 12th before we take quiz 1 the following day. Now, you'll get an email with your quiz reading assignment, and there will be links to 3 articles to be accessed online. Now, for this quiz, there are 3 articles to read. There will be 10 true-false questions, 3 or 4 true-false items based on each article. You have an article to read about political protest coming out of the Black Lives Matter movement and the protests that emerged over the summer in the aftermath of the killing of George Floyd. You have an article about why young people don't vote so often. And you have an article about the implications of people who do not accept the result of the November 2020 election. And that may include many of you all, because apparently about 3/4 of Trump supporters and Republicans question the fairness of the election result. And we're in a pretty strongly Trump-supporting area in the Oklahoma Panhandle and the surrounding states. So that may be something that will be of interest to you. So those are the course requirements, and that is what we will be doing leading up to our first quiz next week. Let me just say, you all, later today, we have the formal counting of the electoral votes in the United States Congress in Washington, D.C. And it's being reported, and apparently it will take place, that some senators will object to the counting of the electoral votes and the awarding of electoral votes to Joe Biden in certain states. It's not believed that that objection to the electoral vote count is going to be successful. So Joe Biden probably will be elected formally in the United States Congress today. Well, we might think for just a moment about how and why this happened. Why would so many people question the fairness of the election result? Well, we need to understand, whenever we change the rules of the game, this can have a effect on the outcome. So changing the rules is never neutral. There will just about always be controversy over changing the rules of the game. Well, there was, still is an ongoing pandemic, and the thought occurred to people in charge of running these elections: will people want to come to the polls and line up for maybe a significant amount of time in the environment of a pandemic? So most every state moved to make voting by mail easier. But you see, the political parties have a difference of a point of view over that, because that makes voting easier. You just have to put a ballot in the mail. You don't have to physically go to the polls. Now, Republicans and Democrats have a different view about this, because we let just about all adults over age 18 vote, but we don't make them vote. We have some voters and some non-voters and some occasional voters. And one thing you'll find as you look at the Unit 1 material is that voters and non-voters tend to be different. They're not exactly the same kind of people. For one thing, regular voters tend to be more affluent, better educated, more likely to be professional people. Okay. Poor people are more likely to be non-voters. So non-voters may include many people who might be Democrats if they voted, or they might vote for Democrats. Okay. So what we find is that when this becomes an issue before Congress or the state legislatures, Republicans tend to be concerned about voter fraud, whereas Democrats tend to be concerned about voter suppression. They each take a different point of view because they perceive that their prospects may be differently affected depending on whether we make voting easier or not. Because if you change the rules of the game, that may have an effect on the outcome. And I'm afraid, for better or worse, this has contributed to this atmosphere in which so many Republicans and Trump supporters question whether the outcome of the election was really free and fair. But that will be taking place in the halls of Congress later today, Wednesday, January 6th. All right, that is a kickoff to the course. Generally, we will get these videos out on Sunday or Monday, but we're starting the term in the middle of the week, so we're doing this today. Look for something from me in the form of a YouTube video every weekend. I hope that will help you as we go through this course material from week to week for Political Science 1013 for the spring 2021 term. So that's it. I am Dr. Cole. I can always be contacted at david.cole@opsu.edu. So good luck, and I hope that Political Science 1013 will be eye-opening for you over the course of the spring 2021 term. Study hard and take it easy.